Oh, hello, YouTube. Today in the Naughty Librarian, I am bringing you another big-ass book haul. So I recently hauled all of the fantasy books out of the pile. Basically, I haul a lot of books and put them in a pile until the pile becomes so big, I worry for my safety. And then I do a book haul. And these are all of the rest of the books that weren't necessarily fantasies, so I figured they can get their own video. Pretty much, these are all just romances and sci-fi, essentially. So let's just dive in. Why don't we dive in with like romance, since I have the most of those. First up, I have The Entanglement of Rival Wizards by Sarah Raish. And this was kindly sent to me by the publisher, so thank you very much, Bramble, as I think that's an offshoot of Tor, so thank you very much for sending this to me. And the little blurb on it, just basically, it's perfect. This is Allie Hazelwood meets Dungeons and Dragons in this fantasy academia rom-com where rival grad student wizards are forced to work with each other without killing or falling for each other. So enemies to lovers, academia, grad students who are both wizards. Say no more, take my money. I don't know, it's made of things I like, so I'm definitely very excited about it. I just like the pastel, pinky and purple undertones. I don't know, I think color isn't really a reason to buy a book, but I do like the art on it, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm just really into this. I finally picked up a physical copy of Bride by Allie Hazelwood. I genuinely really like this book. I never had a physical copy, I only had an ebook. But I was at an event that Allie Hazelwood was at, and I thought I was going to get her to sign it, but as you can see, it's not signed because her lines were so long that it wasn't going to happen. I don't know, maybe she'll tour again for Mate when it comes out in October? Fingers crossed. So yeah, I wouldn't have bought it unless I thought I was going to get it signed, but that didn't end up happening. However, not unhappy that I own it because I did really like this book. And this is werewolves and vampires, and then kind of enemies to lovers romance. Werewolf alpha has to marry vampire princess, and then sexy results. I genuinely really like it. I mean, give me werewolves and vampires any day, and I'm into it already, but this one, it was really fun. I genuinely enjoyed it. I also picked up not one, not two, but 3 books by Cat Sebastian. So the whole deal with Cat Sebastian is she writes a lot of historical romances, but everybody's bisexual. And in particular, I had to get a copy of The Perfect Crimes of Marion Hayes. I have read this book. I absolutely love this book. It was on my best books of the year list a while ago. I just didn't own a copy. I had it from the library. So when I got the opportunity to both meet Cat Sebastian and get the book, I did both those things. In this one, we have 2 people who are kind of on the run, and they have to team up to defeat other bad guys. Also, there's a mangy cat that they hang out with. I'm not describing this very well. We have Marion Hayes. She is a former duchess, but she shot her husband because he's awful, and now she's on the run. And then you have this highwayman who's blackmailing her, and now they gotta team up on an adventure. And then they fall in love for real. I love it so much. They also play with gender dynamics in this a lot, and I really liked it. So yes, definitely, I finally have my own copy. I also got a copy of The Queer Principles of Kit Webb. I have not read this one, but I feel like it's in the same universe as Perfect Crimes of Marion Hayes. I might be wrong, I'm not sure. But there's Kit, former highwayman, former thief, and now he owns a coffee shop. And then you have Lord Holland walks in, and Lord Holland's in a pickle because his friend Percy's in a lot of trouble unless he can steal back this book. So he's like, I need to hire a criminal. And Kit's like, well, you're really hot, so I have a hard time saying no to you. But I don't steal anymore, but I can teach you how to steal it. And then there's sexy results. So I'm very into it. I think this is going to be really fun. Definitely very similar vibes to Perfect Crimes of Marion Hayes, which I adored. So I have very high hopes for this one. Also, it was blurred by Tessa Dare. That's another point in its favor. I'm pretty sure this is a a slam dunk. I'm going to enjoy this one. Last up from Cat Sebastian, I got You Should Be So Lucky. This is like still historical, but much more recent history. This is like old-timey baseball. This is between like a new like hotshot rookie shortstop and the reporter that's like covering his team. I honestly don't know what it's about. I just saw it was Cat Sebastian. It was queer, it was historical romance and a baseball romance, and I was like, shut up and take my money. So I just got it. It does seem really, really fun. I haven't read a lot of like historical romances like in the 20th century, really. They're usually, you know, like Edwardian or Regency era, Georgian era, like older stuff. This one is very much in the 1900s. I think it's 1960, so recent history. But also the 1960s were a very tumultuous time, so this could be really, really good. Baseball romance, shortstop, reporter, they fall in love for real. Very into this. One of my most anticipated reads of this year finally came in the mail, and that is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So Taylor Jenkins Reid writes these stories that are, a lot of times they're sad and bittersweet, but they're beautiful. Like Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, for example. This is her latest. I love everything she puts out, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love this. I am worried about it though, because I think it might be sad. But basically it's about this woman, her name is Joan. She's always wanted to be an astronaut, and then in the year 1980 she gets selected to go into astronaut training, and then she meets like an aeronautical engineer named Vanessa, and they have like a romance, and then 1984 comes along and they're like, hey Joan, you want to go to space? There's a spaceship. And she's like, oh my gosh. So she's about to like get in a rocket and launch off the planet, because this is the 1980s, and like spaceships and 1980s and spaceships did not go well together. There was a lot of tragedy. So hopefully that's not what's going to happen in this. But yeah, I'm into it. Lady astronauts. Let's go. Let's go, Taylor Jenkins Reid. All right, so those are all the romances. And before I get into sci-fi, I have just like one rando book. I just got a copy of Hamlet by Shakespeare. I got it for free at the LA Times Festival of Books. I won it. They had like one of those prize spinning wheels, and I won a copy of Hamlet. So, I mean, it's Hamlet. We all kind of know what happens in it, but it's like a little cute copy. I like the art in Hamlet. I just figured I'd throw it in here because technically I did haul it. All right, we're officially moving on to sci-fi now. And first up, I have Harriet Tubman live in concert by Bob the Drag Queen. I love Bob the Drag Queen. I am a RuPaul's Drag Race stan. I have seen all of it. International seasons, all of the American seasons, and All Stars. I love Drag Race. So I was like, oh shit, Bob the Drag Queen's writing a book and it's about Harriet Tubman? Yes. So basically what this book is about, Harriet Tubman gets pulled out of the past and now she exists in the present. Like the Harriet Tubman existing right now, and she wants to put out a rap album. Like, it's a weird premise, but it's Bob the Drag Queen, and I feel like that's very Bob. So, yeah, and I think it's his debut, and I'm very excited about it. So I had to support, I wanted to get it, I love Bob. Kindly sent to me by the publisher Tor Books is The Heist of Hollow London by Eddie Robson. And this one comes out officially in September, so just right around the corner. But, ooh, this one seems so cool. It's a heist story, and it's also very medical science, horror-esque a little bit. Basically, there's these two people, Arlo and Drienne, and they are clones of very high-powered, like, corporate people. This is like a corporate hellscape they live in. I mean, it's 2025. It's not hard to imagine. And basically, these two clones, they didn't ask to be created, but here they are, and now someone owns them, and is basically, now they're indentured servants. And they're like, we didn't ask to be here, and now we gotta pay off a debt that was incurred by you making us? This is bullshit. However, like, the company that owns them somehow goes out of business. So now Arlo and Drienne are like free agents. There's no one to keep them. And then they get a job from another scientist who's like, hey, I need you to go to this like really secure building in London and like steal something. And they're like, yeah, we can do that. You're going to give us a lot of money. We need a team, and like things from there. So it's a heist story. It's science fiction, and it just sounds really cool. And also the cover's gorgeous. And again, this comes out in September, so right around the corner. I picked up not one, but two books by John Scalzi. I love John Scalzi. First up, I have Old Man's War, and this is an accidental buy because I already had a copy, but I didn't have this copy, and I got confused. So technically, now I have 2 copies of this book. But the cover's great, and it's a book I haven't read yet, and I want to because it's the whole series. But essentially, humans have managed to leave Earth, and they're like looking for other planets to live on. However, there's not a lot of inhabitable planets out there, and the ones that are out there, other aliens are willing to fight us for it. So we have to keep fighting wars over other planets. And also in this world, they have invented a way to like reverse age people. So you can like keep joining the army. So we have Old Man's War. He's 75 and now I think he gets put into a much younger body and he's like, I'm a soldier. That's all I really know about it. And I mean, it's John Scalzi. It's going to be funny. It's going to be action packed. It's going to be really good. I haven't read it yet. And I know I'm such a John Scalzi fan and I haven't read this. What is wrong with me? So eventually I will read this. Also, John Scalzi's newest book is When the Moon Hits Your Eye, and I believe I've already reviewed this on the channel, but I hadn't hauled it yet, so I left it in the pile. This is kind of almost like a short story collection, and every chapter is pretty much from a different perspective, and sometimes characters overlap in different chapters, but essentially the moon, you know, the actual moon in our sky, turns into literal cheese. And now the world has to deal with that because the moon is now unstable because it's made of cheese and it's about to come plummeting into Earth. So a lot is going on in the world in this. It's kind of how everyone reacts to it. A lot of different people involved. I mean, it's John Scalzi. He finds a lot of humor in it. He finds a lot of poignant moments in it. So, I don't know, it's not a traditional narrative, really, so don't go in there thinking it's going to be one, but I really enjoyed it and I got a lot out of it. Last new book I picked up recently is Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. And this book keeps getting put on my For You page. It's been very hyped up to me. I feel like it's similar to like a John Scalzi vibe, and essentially it's kind of like The Running Man, but like in space. So essentially, Earth is invaded by aliens. They destroy everything. And then the survivors, they take them and they make them compete on a reality TV show, much like The Running Man. It's very dangerous. And so we're following Carl. He's kind of down on his luck. His girlfriend dumped him and now he's stuck with her cat, who's named Princess Donut. And now they're in this like alien space reality TV show where he's got to fight for his life. So it's very John Scalzi coded. It's very something I would like. I like the like pop art of the cover. And I don't know, this is kind of just like I was influenced into buying it. It keeps coming up on my For You page. I had to get it. So here we are. Dungeon Crawler Carl. I have a really hard time saying that because like, I don't know, I stutter sometimes. So like Dungeon Crawler Carl, it's very difficult. But I am excited to read it. All right, so that was the rest of the books I have hauled recently. It was a big pile. So yeah, I guess let me know in the comments down below. What are some really, really cool sci-fi books you think I should check out? Because I don't really read enough sci-fi, but I want to read more sci-fi. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. If you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And if you want cool exclusive content, including early access to videos and a book club, you can consider becoming a channel member or a patron. Links for that are in the description down below. And on that note, I'll see you guys soon.